When we first created our project, we had a dialog box like this. In this dialog box, we had a button called Change Authentication, and we didn't look at this at the beginning. So let's have a look at different authentication options supported in ASP.NET MVC applications. As you see, we have 4 different authentication options here. We have No Authentication, which is used for applications that don't need any authentication services and are accessible to anonymous users. We have Individual User Accounts, which is the default authentication option for ASP.NET MVC projects. And this is suitable for internet websites, where you want to provide a form for the user to log in. With this option, you can also enable social logins, such as Facebook, Google, Twitter, and so on. We have Organizational Accounts, which is useful if you want to enable single sign-on for internal and cloud apps using Active Directory. And finally, we have Windows Authentication, which is useful for intranet applications. In this setup, when the user logs into their desktop computer on the network, they will be authenticated to your application automatically. Now, as far as I know, in Visual Studio 2013, you can access this dialog box only during the creation of your project. In Visual Studio 2012, we could change it later on, but I don't know why Microsoft decided to drop this feature. And I'm not sure if they have added that in Visual Studio 2015. Now, that aside, from these authentication options, individual user accounts is most common. So I'm going to dedicate the rest of this section in examining this option in detail. If you want to learn about organizational accounts or Windows authentication, I have added a couple of links for you at the end of this section. Okay, now let me show you something. In Vidly, did you notice these 2 links on the navigation bar? Register and Login. Every ASP.NET MVC application by default has these features. So I can register as a new user. And look, as soon as I register, I'm automatically signed in. I can log off and log in again. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to build all these registration forms, log in, log out, and whatnot. Now, throughout the rest of this section, I'm going to show you how all these features work internally and how you can customize them based on the needs of your application.